I'm Doug Long. I'm a director with Guidehouse. I work in our automation and innovation practice serving the healthcare industry, primarily on the provider side, so health systems, large physician organizations, those types of clients. We've been working with Automation Anywhere for several years, and we are a partner with them. We use them to support a lot of our solutions for clients, helping to modernize their workforce, bring kind of the digital workforce concept to life with our clients. Primary use cases that we've worked with Automation Anywhere on revolve from process discovery, where we've used that with a lot of clients to identify areas of opportunity for automation, map those out, and build the core automation to drive the new modernized processes. We've originally had done a fair amount of work with the robotic process automation types of opportunities in and around revenue cycle with health system clients. So everything they have to do to ensure that they get paid appropriately for the services they render. So we've used a lot of that type of work in the last couple of years. Now, one of the really interesting use cases that moving into agentic automation brings to the table are some more complex use cases where we can work with things like medical necessity denials, where payers will deny or downgrade the payment that they provide to the health systems based on a set of medical necessity criteria. And so the introduction of the agentic capabilities allows us to ingest that denial letter, if you will, along with the criteria for medical necessity that's required to be met to be paid. And then we can work with the medical record itself. The agent can scan the medical record to find out why it's denied, match it to the criteria that's required to support it, and determine if the criteria are met. And if so, it can then draft a letter. Traditionally, that's been a highly manual process that requires a clinical resource, which tend to be very expensive, and they can do only, say, 10 a day, 50 a week. With this kind of automation, where the draft letter is provided to them and they're reviewing it and confirming it, they can increase that productivity by multiples across the impact. It gives them the opportunity to not only work a lot more, but be much more effective in terms of the span of denials, because most health systems never even get to all of them in terms of how certain they are that they'll win the appeal, or how large the account is, determine whether they'll even take the time to do it, because it's been so labor intensive in the past. With all the things happening with AI in the market right now, one of the big challenges that clients have is ensuring the quality. I mean, the fears that people have about whether the AI will hallucinate and those kinds of things. And I think having a partner like Automation Anywhere that is known in the industry as a leader in the industry brings a lot of credibility to how people look to solve those problems and drive that comfort level. And I think they also are looking for the kinds of solutions that help enable their workforces to be more effective, and agentic capabilities bring a lot to that. So if you think about not just the traditional labor savings, but how do I elevate the performance of the employees that will still be there, the agentic AI brings a lot to the table for those kinds of solutions as well. Some of the really impactful features of working with Automation Anywhere are the ability to design and partner with their experts to come up with our solutions. So often we're trying to push the envelope a little bit on how either a process has worked traditionally and trying to see how the automation solutions can change the nature of that process. And Automation Anywhere has been a fantastic partner to work through different ways and try different methods and approaches to solving those problems. So some of the areas of benefit for our clients are obviously labor savings. And depending on the specific processes, we will see 30 to 70% labor savings are pretty typical. But one of the often bigger components of the benefits for our clients are around eliminating process failures. So for instance, avoiding denials from third-party payers altogether can be multi-million-dollar opportunities typically when we're working with our clients, whether those are due to insurance verifications, failure to get authorizations, following up on claims timely to make sure that we can submit the information that's required to the payers. Those are typically millions, if not tens of millions for many of our clients. And so the big part of the opportunity, coupled with the labor savings, and then being able to have stronger controls over the process as well. Document automation often comes up with our clients where the kinds of processes that we're working in often are still transferring faxes and other kinds of traditional documents that have to be uploaded, the data extracted and input into a process, whether that's faxes coming in for referrals, for scheduling appointments, things like benefit determination, sometimes following up on authorizations for services, all those kinds of things, often involve traditional paper or electronic images of those documents, and the document automation is a really important feature and component to solving those problems. Automation Anywhere has been a great partner for us, I think, in terms of opportunities going forward and areas for improvement. Many of our clients are very price sensitive, so finding creative and scalable pricing structures is always important. So we've done work with them to find creative solutions to those kind of things, but continues to sometimes be a challenge in getting in, particularly in the world of agentic automation coming forward. And many of our clients are really interested, but they're also reluctant. So how can we be creative to build proofs of concept for them to demonstrate the value in terms of structures that they don't have a lot of upfront cost or risk, because we know the value's there, but they're often a little more skeptical. So finding ways to solve those kinds of problems. I also think with the move toward agentic automation, one of the areas that will obviously come more into play are how could Automation Anywhere play, coordinate, build conversational types of tools and AI into their tool set and their either in-house or how they work together with them could be really valuable. Return on investment for us working with our clients are usually at least 3 or 4 times in the first year, sometimes double that in outer years, working through the Automation Anywhere solutions that we put in place with any of them. That comes through a combination of labor savings, but also improved quality and reduction in process failures. Very few of our clients at this stage have agentic process automation in place. So in those cases, Automation Anywhere is our preferred partner to work with. So as we work with clients in identifying the opportunities and positioning a solution, Automation Anywhere becomes an easy decision for them. In the traditional RPA space, we see a mix. Some clients will have other vendors in place Some clients don't have anything in place. And so while we can work with other partners, Automation Anywhere is certainly our preferred partner in this space. And so we often can work through with clients how to move to the Automation Anywhere platform if they have another platform in place. Automation Anywhere has done a good job of making it easy for them to switch if they have existing solutions in place that they want to move over to that platform. So many of our clients are really just moving into the automation space at this time on the journey we're going with them. And one of the things that has been really beneficial with Automation Anywhere is as we get and improve concepts, get them comfortable with the technology and those types of things, is the ability to scale and add processes so that we can automate more, drive more value for them through those expanded automations. We've received great support from Automation Anywhere. We've developed some new innovative solutions with them that have required a lot of work from their engineering teams and their partner teams. So they've been a great partner to work with, great partner to actually even vet out the ideas. And we come up with some crazy ideas and bring them to them, and they're willing to give them a try. So they've been great to work with on that as well. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give Automation Anywhere, an 8 to 10, depending on the day. They've, again, been a great partner for us for developing new solutions. When we've deployed solutions, high reliability, well respected in the market. So clients are absolutely receptive to the name. They're well known, and it brings a lot of credibility to the solutions that we're talking about. High marks overall for sure, and very much enjoy working with them.